All right. Welcome back. This is happening. This is happening right now. So a little teaser countdown. That's a theme song piece that I wrote a while back. It's great to be able to use it here. You know what I mean? Let me get this image out of the way and we'll get ourselves started tonight. Hey, what's up? This is it. This is my countdown deal. We're getting ready to come back on Wednesday. It's been a little while since we started on the Go Game Go channel with this, and man, it's going to be great to be back. Been dealing with the war to end all wars. It's still in the process. That's started on Go Game Go. And it's just a matter of getting myself together and making sure I can get back to the show and making sure that this is something I can build over the next couple of years. And just create some content suitable for you guys to watch and ask questions and talk about stuff. So tomorrow we're going to do a little bit more of an open, kind of an open chat thing. So, but in the meantime, for those of you, all you millions watching, check out that subscribe and like stuff. Make sure you do that. Because then if you hit that notification bell too, then you'll know when I'm coming to share something with you and when you might be able to ask me a question or something like that. So, so many people to talk to over the years. I've already talked to quite a few. Looking forward to getting all those videos moved over here. I'm not a huge tech head, but I'm not beyond learning. So hopefully that will come quickly. And if it doesn't, that's okay. I still wanted to get this thing rolling. Some of the things, I'm Viking Stew, by the way, just to let you know a little bit about myself. Not too much because you really don't care about that much. But I'm an artist, like to do illustrations. I'm a graphic designer. Not the world's greatest. I've had some interesting things said, especially by my buddy Ron Keel. And I said, don't ever say that again. So anyway, we're going to have a big, and also we'll have a big unboxing tomorrow. I was going to do that tonight, but it's not in here right now. So I was spending more time getting other things organized tonight. But we'll be talking about what we're here to do. We're here to talk about music. The thing about music is it touches everything, right? I don't mean that in a weird way, but it does. Everything else that I like. I'm a big, obviously, I'm a big music fan. Also, now isn't this pretty? I'm a video gamer, so I love video games, and music plays right into that. In fact, one of my favorite little things that I'll talk about down the line here, I'm hoping to get a hold of Steve Lukather down the line, and we'll talk about that when it comes time. But I'm a classic Kiss fan, right? So they're coming to town, and I wasn't gonna go. However, my good friend's charming daughter asked me if I would accompany her to the show because her father is now out of state while they're preparing to move out of state. But they had tickets, so I've been asked to go. And of course, they always would go and paint their faces. So we'll be doing that. Also, a big Knack fan. So my love of music goes from a lot of things. Here's Iron Maiden. You can see right here, huge Iron Maiden fan. I'm a big fan. I'm a Marvel dude. I love my Thor stuff these days. I mean, I didn't read Thor when I was a kid, but then somebody I knew down the line, and you know who it is, Blake, while I was, hanging about, called me Thor. So it's stuck, but I loved a lot of the movies. Since I'm an artist, I'm a big fan of art, of rock and roll. See, that's what I mean. Music touches everything. It's in our video games. They have DVDs. DVDs of concerts where people play video game music. They have uh, music like Green Jelly, which was Green Jello, that was in the Maximum Carnage game. There's been all the Guitar Hero stuff and Rock Band stuff that has all the rock music in it too. Um, so it's all over the place. When it comes to my comic books, there it's touched into there. When it comes to artwork, like some of my favorites, like Frank Frazetta, I'm looking right across the room at the Death Dealer over there that was on the cover of Molly Hatchet. Expect No Mercy by Nazareth. We'll get into more of those. So it touches so many different things. I remember we were doing a presentation. I work at a school. We were doing a presentation on STEAM, which, if I can remember right, it's science, technology, uh, it's math, arts, and engineering. Is that what it is? Something like that. So anyway, uh, I decided, because I had to do a lot of the work for that project. So I decided, music touches all of that stuff. So it was a lot of fun to do that project and take my bass in, play for the students. Like I said, I'm a musician. So I have a band that plays out. I've been doing that for over 20 years now. Started when I was 36. So so yeah, young, not really, but who is anymore? But yeah, so we'll be talking about a lot of that kind of stuff. Comic books, a little bit of philosophy, how we think, how whatever. Those things will just come up. Um, Also, we'll kind of talk about some, maybe a little bit into electronics. Again, I'm not a big tech head, but there were some funny stories. I used to work for St. Louis Music, so there's some funny stories that comes out of that. But as far as the kind of what we'll cover, we'll be talking about some songs, albums, um, movie music, how it ties in. I mean, I worked on the radio. I was a DJ for a 9-month stint in 1986. So um, there's many other things to talk about there. Um, and then we'll have some cool game things that we'll talk about and we'll do here on the show. Um, Things that maybe uh, like who did that? You know, here's one. I'll talk about another one when I wear this shirt Wednesday night. We'll tie some things together that you may not know, or things that I just learned. There's a lot of things that I didn't know about many years ago, and I'll just say one out. Comic books. Let's talk about Spider-Man. I've had an album that was Spider-Man based. All the songs was then released years ago. But I'd say years ago, but still more recently, put on CD with extra tracks. Then come to find out there was a band behind that and they were on the same label. Never knew anybody else that was on that label. I'll tell you more about that. Um, but let's just throw one out, like Jeff Glixman. Jeff Glixman, producer for Kansas on a lot of their early albums. And what album did he do in 1985? Georgia Satellites. So, things like that, where these people would pop up in other places and affect those bands. So, um, and let's see. I didn't know they did that. Who did that? And there's so many times. That's what this story is going to be, and I can't wait for Wednesday night. It's going to be a quick story. So, albums. Let's talk about albums sometime down the line here. Good or great, or maybe not. We might talk about movies. There's a lot of great YouTube channels out there. Find your favorites. Make sure you subscribe to those. Give them likes. One of my favorites is Nerdrotic. Really love that. He's part of a crew that actually one of the members did a big rant recently towards a game company, and they put it to a beat. So it's really funny. So speaking of music, they went ahead and did a mix to a beat, and it went viral. But yeah, those are some of my favorites. Pitch Meeting is another one of my favorites. Ryan George is really cool on there. My channel, Go Game Go. Papa Pete is another one of my favorites out there. And I'm going to get a list together and have that ready because there's a lot of people I want to thank when I do this show on Wednesday night. So there's going to be a lot of people to thank on that. My buddy Blake is here with me tonight, it looks like. And he subscribed. My listening to a radio station. Well, maybe one day. I've got a list of questions for my number one awaited guest, Chip Zanough. Just talked to Chip Zanough not long ago, and he is looking forward to doing the show. So, never played Spider-Man Maximum Carnage. Yeah, it's a hard freaking game. We can get into that kind of stuff. Good. You are always not a tech guy. Yeah. So I have tons of equipment here to do some really cool stuff, but it's going to just take me a little bit of time to get up to snuff. I've got some senseis out there who are going to help me do it. Panda Sub is one of them. Check out Panda Sub out there on YouTube. It's really, really cool stuff. And I'm going to get back into going through some records that I'd never heard before. I'm going to throw one out to you tonight straight away because, Blake, you need to hear this. I threw it out to my buddy Jeff as well. Not the Jeff from Go Game Go, but my other friend Jeff. I know a lot of Jeffs. Never met a Jeff I didn't like. But check out Primal Fear. If you're not familiar with Primal Fear and you are a big fan of Judas Priest, and Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, right in that vein. But it's got that new kind of that great crunchy production that is from some of the newer styles of band, like Firewind is another great one. But the new Judas Priest record, latest, I mean, I guess I should say by now, Firepower, great record, front to back. Really enjoy it. Now, are there some, I don't know, no, it's a great album. I really, really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. But yeah, Primal Fear. I'm a Spotify dude, and went in, made a playlist of all the Primal Fear stuff, listened to every bit of it all day yesterday, and a little bit into today. The other band that I'm into is classic. It's Stratovarius. Check out Stratovarius, another great band. Well, I don't want to keep this too long. How long are we already been? 13 minutes. Let's see if we can keep this around 15 minutes. Probably won't, though. It'll be a little more like 20. By the way, here you go. This is my original channel, and I'm going to go ahead and give a big shout out already to my buddy Jeff. So if you want to go out on YouTube, if you're into video games, nostalgia, we do great open chats there at Go Game Go. We've been doing that for a few years now, I think. He asked me if I would like to do that, and I said yes, because he and I we'd play video games together and plenty of that kind of stuff together. So now we just talk about it all the time. Now there's a link that I'm putting in. I can put it in here too, but it's in tomorrow. We're gonna have another little chat tomorrow, just to do the countdown. Okay. And in there is a link. You can go to TeePublic and go to the Go Game Go page, and you can get the OG Hammer Away design. That was my first logo design for this show, and that's what was on it when I was doing it on the Go Game Go channel. You can watch all my shows out there now if you'd like, but I'm going to be working to pull those over here. Part of that techie thing that I've got to get figured out. So, so I told you I have an unboxing. One of these things is not like the other. No, that's not it. One of these is a Marvel deal. So let's just take a look here. I really like this character. I liked the look of it. And there it is, Captain Carter. the Funko Pop. I don't get a ton of these, but I have a nice little collection. I thought this character was a great, fun character from the What If series. Um, and I thought this looked great. It's part of my heritage is the UK, and we had a chance to go there. And of course, I interviewed my friend Toby Jepson, who's from over there, who was in Little Angels. That's how I got to knowing about him. And then has recently, since 2017, released 3 records with the new band, Wayward Sons. So check out Wayward Sons from the UK. 3 albums, Ghosts of Yet to Come, Truth Ain't What It Used to Be, and Even Up the Score. And they even have a follow-up record immediately called Score Settled. Don't know if you can still get a hold of that. It might be a little tricky. But yeah, no, this Captain Carter is kind of cool. The only problem with it was when Disney got a hold of all that, they took a crap on everything. And that includes Doctor Strange 2, where they just wasted a ton of characters. I don't know if you all agree with me on that or not, but that's okay. We don't have to agree. You can totally disagree with me. Like the time, and I will throw this out there while I'm doing this other unboxing. When I was chatting with a buddy of mine at work one day, and we got talking about Ozzy because we're both Ozzy fans, and we were talking about Bark at the Moon, and he says, "Oh man, that's a great album." I go, "Oh, it is not. It is not a great album. It has great songs." I said, "Great songs." This is where we're going to get into some of these down the line. Good albums, great albums. Okay, great albums are albums you can put on, like I did when I worked, say, SLM. Right? I could wear headphones. I could do my work. And because I'm a graphic designer, that's what I would do. I'd work at the computer all day. And man, if you ain't motivated on something like that, you will fall asleep because we kept it kind of dark and cool. So it was nice. I'll tell you another good story about that down the line. But yeah, I'm like, no. Not a great album. He goes, "No, it is a great album." I go, no. Again, great songs. But just tell me this. Every time you put it on that record, are you really looking forward to hearing "So Tired"? And he goes, "Well, no, that song sucks." I said, well, not a great album. Great songs. I love a bunch of those songs on that record, but that song, ungood. All right, so I went on a little bit of a spree because they were dropping the prices on these, speaking of Funko Pops. And I really wanted to collect all these because I am a huge Iron Maiden fan. Okay. I'm a huge Judas Priest fan, but even more so an Iron Maiden fan. Although I will say that, well, maybe I shouldn't. Anyway, they had the Killers Eddie at a good price again. So I went ahead and ordered that up. So that was really, really cool. So now I have all of those. Now, speaking of I'll do one other little unboxing thing here too. I got this today because I'm a rocker and I'm just that dorky. They're putting out so much stuff. See, now that's the thing about this. All right. We can have all kinds of people out there that will, if they disagree with you or if they whatever, they may step all over the fact that, oh, you have a little Funko Pop thing, and you're like, yeah, I do. Because you know why? Because I can. Because when I was a kid, they didn't have this kind of cool stuff. We had comic books, but we didn't have this kind of cool merch. Now, this is a little something that I found. It's like a Where's Waldo, Iron Maiden style. Where is Eddie? Is that gorgeous? See, this is where the artist in me gets me because I just love all this artwork. They're really doing some great stuff. I have purchased the comics, the Maiden comics. They're great. And I'm looking forward to reading through those all and looking forward to recording them. I'm hoping that I can do that. One thing before I go, this has been re-released. And I'm pretty excited about it because I had a friend of mine, Bob, years ago. His dad was pastor at our church. He'd lived in Australia and he turned me on to so much cool music. One night, I'm just gonna get into all of that, okay? But one of those things, he kinda got me into my new wave phase by turning me on to Devo. And then subsequently, I got into Gary Newman and Gary Newman and the Tubeway Army and bought some of that, but didn't buy a ton. Didn't really follow him, but had some stuff. But one other thing, and I've since gotten another copy of this, was Bill Nelson. Bill Nelson is from Bebop Deluxe. Bill Nelson's Red Noise is a project he did, and it's called Sound on Sound. Now, I never owned the record. My friend had it, played it for me. I loved it. It's one of, it's not like I've heard every new wave record. That is my very distinct point right here. However, this is one of the best new wave punk style records I've ever heard. This, every song on it is great. It's got a track on here called Art Empire. Why can't I say it? Art Empire Industry. Art Empire Industry, which is kind of what they're calling this new release when they released a six disc set, a whole re-release with live stuff on it as well. And then this 2-disc set. If you don't want to spend $70 on the 6-disc set, you can get this nice 2-disc set. It's kind of a fold-out digipack. This is the original photo over here from the back of the record. And then this is another take. So you get these. There you go. From the recording time, Utopia. Okay. And then there's a couple of booklets. And there's a booklet and a poster. So it's really, really good, though. Bill Nelson's Red Noise, Sound on Sound. I have another CD of it already with the extra tracks, and I'm looking forward to comparing the two and see if everything is on that one. I think that's about it. I'll let you guys get rolling. 22, not bad. Not bad. If there's anything you would like, I will be putting the email in where you can email me. If you have some folks that you know making music and you'd love to see them interviewed here, I'm really all about that. That's the thing. That's why it's called Hammer Away. It's called Music and the Human Experience, because this is really about people. When I was doing the show before, I spoke with some terrific, I had some terrific guests on the show. Everybody from Toby Jepson to Billy Sheehan, and just some other great guests. Doug Pinnick was on the show. And then, I was going to mention one other one too, but, so we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to getting back to it and just chatting up some stuff. Let's see. What'd you say here, Blake? How many times do I have to? Ultimate Sin is his best. Don't like the production mix on it, but it sold 500,000 copies. Yeah, it's a great album. It's got some great songs on it. Lightning Strikes Again. Shot in the Dark is a great pop rock tune. I really enjoyed it. It came out in 86 when I was working on the radio, right in that time frame. And what a great album cover. Speaking of artists, Boris Vallejo did that album cover. Yeah, Blackie Lawless. I would love to have him on here. It'll be another 3 to 4 years before we get another Maiden album. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a guy who expects any of that stuff. When they put out the newest one, that was great, and I enjoyed it. I like it. The only thing by Maiden I did not enjoy was the Blaze Bayley days. I mean, I don't. Again, everybody's got their opinion of this or that or whatever, and I'm not a guy who wants to speak ill, especially of his favorite band. But son of a bitch. that was, to do one record was one thing. To do two? Mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah. Well, let's not do that ever again. I actually opened up for Blaze Bayley. I was part of a band, um, that was like a multi-band stage that night. We play a few songs, we're off. The next band comes in, they're on, they're off. Next band comes in, on, off, and then Blaze Bayley, I think is how it went. But damn. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. But anyway, those albums, here's the thing. We all get passionate about something. I got passionate about Iron Maiden, especially when I waited years for them to come back out with a new record and they had Blaze Bayley on it. And I wasn't happy. I had to take it across the street to my friend's place and go, look, is it me? Or is this guy just really not? I don't know. If you're listening to Falling Down, that's the one that really gets me. Because it's always the same. It's always falling down, and I won't even do it again because it's that way every single time. So I don't know what they were thinking when they recorded it. I don't know what was going on, but then to do another record, Virtual XI, I just couldn't even. No. Not a good fit. Not a good fit. But nonetheless. But yeah, I think that's about it for now, guys. And I will be sure to see you guys tomorrow, 3:00. I think I'm going to be in. And we'll do another one, maybe a little more open chat at that time. I got to get going this evening. I got some things to do. You got things to do, and we're going to hammer our way once again a little bit as the years go on here. Let's stick with it and let's rock on. Talk to you later. Viking Stew out.